Thanks, Jeff, and thank you all for giving me a chance to let you know how ThunderNSI is changing the world. ThunderNSI is all about accelerating video AI in the physical security market. So physical security systems, things access control, video surveillance, and intrusion detection. And that physical security market is about $100 billion market, and it's growing each year. But the thing that's really interesting about this space is that the video AI and the analytics are really the driving force behind this market, and it's really transforming this market overnight. The challenge, though, with this video AI in the physical security market is it doesn't fit well in the physical security ecosystem. And when I say that, what I mean is that with a physical security system, you have, let's say, these security cameras out here, and those data streams or the recordings of those security cameras goes to a local storage system. It's called a NVR, or a network video recorder. Now, that data that comes from those video cameras, it doesn't go up to the cloud, it doesn't go anywhere, it just sits on that NVR. And the problem is the AI applications, facial recognition, theft detection, incident detection, all of these AI services, they can't easily access those video streams. And because of that, they're kind of just stuck taking literally physical servers and deploying them at each and every single site where you have these security systems to run the AI applications on the edge. Now, the problem with that is, one, it's incredibly inefficient, but two, it's cost prohibitive for the vast majority of the applications that you want to do. So think you have a business with a couple different branch offices. It doesn't make sense to throw $20,000 or $30,000 for a server at each one of these branch offices for a specific AI application. And that's really where we come in. What we do that's interesting is we break down these data silos. We literally take the data, we get it out of the edge, bring it up to the cloud, and then make it easy for the AI applications to consume. So the way that this works is we built out our platform called the Gateway Platform. There's a hardware component or a software component, depending on how you want to apply the technology. And that gateway sits on the edge at each one of these branch offices or remote locations. And it sits in front of those security systems. So when that data comes into the local security NVR or the security system, the gateway automatically creates an encrypted tunnel from the edge and transmits that data up to the cloud. It can be a public cloud or private cloud, so that that data is now available from a centralized location. Once the data hits the cloud, what we're building is what we call our cloud connector. And what this does is it orchestrates those data streams, and it can process those data streams to provide copies for any AI application. So let's say you have a camera that sits on the edge. What it will do is it can send that data stream up to the cloud, copy it so that you could do license plate detection and incident detection using the same video stream at the same time. Very efficient, very cost effective. And most importantly, it's super flexible for the customer because now they can do AI services on demand. The last thing that we're doing is, because we have this now cloud connector and we have the data streams out from the edge, what we're doing is we're moving towards convergence of disparate systems. So for example, you have your video AI systems and you have your access control systems. One of the applications that we're working with a customer right now is they do community gates. And we're working with them so that the video stream can grab the license plate, and we do license plate detection up in the cloud. From there, we integrate with a DB that has all the license plates of everybody in that community. And then if the license plate matches someone from the community, we send a message to the controller of the gate to automatically open the doors. And their customers love this because now you don't have any more clickers, you don't have to mess with anything, and you can digitally update who has access to any given community remotely and securely. So that's our solution that we're doing. We're moving data up to the cloud. We're orchestrating those video feeds, and then we're combining video AI plus access control for our systems. So like I talked about initially, the market itself is physical security is about $100 billion market. But what we're talking about and what we're focusing on is specifically the AI and the analytics piece. And that's about a $4 billion market right now, but it's growing every year. So our plans by 2025, this will be an $8 billion market. And we've done a top-down and a bottoms-up approach to kind of model this out, where we think we can get about 2% market penetration or around $175 million SOM. When you look at the go-to-market, the way that we're doing it is being kind of cash conscious. We have a upfront revenue stream and then a recurring revenue stream. So the gateways that get deployed, you get money upfront from the customer for each site it gets deployed. And then for every AI application that uses our data connector, we get a revenue share of 25% for all those AI applications. When you look at how we go to market, we've started out by focusing on the managed service providers and the system integrator space because they already service business customers that have this problem. And they actually came to us saying, hey, we need your technology to do this. So we focus on them. They provide a really short sales cycle and really easy to adopt these customers. Longer term, we're focusing on the larger enterprise and government space where you can get quite large deployments and they really have this problem. The challenge associated with them is just it's a very long sales cycle and it's a lot for a startup to try to take on all at once. When you look at the competition in the market, there's lots of other players in the space that are trying to compete with us. Probably the most notable one is a company called Verkada. The way that we position ourselves against existing incumbents and also new startups is really what makes us quite interesting is the other guys are focused on a closed proprietary system where we believe that the way that this industry is going to evolve, no one single company is really going to be able to do everything. So our approach is much more of an open platform where we provide easy APIs, a data connector to connect up any AI services. And then our kind of sweet sauce here is we're building the if then that RPA, which is a robotic process automation integration to allow you to be able to combine different systems together. So now you can use whatever AI you want and then combine it and apply the learnings from the AI to specific systems. As far as traction goes, it's been an interesting ride in that COVID has kind of mixed things up. We actually did things backwards. We started out overseas and then kind of when COVID hit, we had to move really all to domestic. So we've deployed our solution at a few hundred locations. We've got some decent pre-orders on the books, but obviously as a startup, you have challenges where, you know, scaling out growth and recently there's been some supply chain challenges that have really made it difficult for us to scale out. The team itself is quite interesting as well. It's a bootstrap team with only 4 full-time people, myself, and then 3 full-time engineers. And then we have kind of a moonlight management team that has been helping us grow this thing quite organically. The team, as far as the development team, is overseas out in Turkey. We've got a world-class team. It took us a while to really put that together, but great guys that we've been working with.
1 minute.
So in the last minute, I'll talk to you about kind of what's the plan. So the place where our company is at right now is a really interesting inflection point. We know that our company has been able to get traction without much effort on the sales side or marketing side. And we're really looking to take ThunderNSI to the next level. In order for us to do that, we have to build out our engineering team. Right now, we have an MVP product and we have happy customers. But in order for us to really grow and take this thing where we want it to be, we're looking to raise $2 million by the end of July. And with those $2 million in the next 12 months, we plan to grow out our team, expand our partner network, bring on more customers, deliver new hardware, and increase our deployments by 10x. Feel free to ask me any questions you have, and we look forward to having you join us in the journey.